We are at the very first LitRPG Con, and there's all kinds of stuff going on today.
So LitRPG Con is our baby. It's been something we've been working towards making for years because we started off with this amazing community about 10 years ago on Facebook. We were just hitting that anniversary in October. And then we slowly built into little events and online events and tracks and other conventions. And eventually we're like, why not our own?
And this is the first time we've been able to put together an event that was about the genre itself.
So you see all the things that are related to the stories that you love. You get to see the authors signing things. You get to hear the narrators reading from them and get to kind of, again, cross the threshold of real life into the screen.
LitRPG Con is what we came up with as a way to bring the larger community of LitRPG fans and creators together in one place.
There's so many different things happening all the time that are only happening here. These are not things that you can experience online.
It has blown my mind, the response, the number of fans, the number of readers, and everyone is so excited to be here.
When people come here, they're going to find amazing authors, amazing narrators, industry professionals, all kinds of great vendors from chain mail to booksellers. They are going to find panels, they're going to find gaming, they're going to find live events.
Our goals for LitRPG Con were basically to treat this like a love letter to the fans. Everyone could come together to meet their favorite authors and narrators and get to know other fans.
Whatever your niche is, you're going to find it here.
The difference I've seen from this con compared to other cons is that pretty much every single panel I saw was packed.
The vast majority of the people here are the peers or the people you'd see on panels. Some of them were industrial welders, some of them were chefs, some of them were like mailmen, some of them were programmers. Very few people have like this traditional, writing background. So the gatekeeping isn't there. This is a community of people that want to, help each other succeed.
I'm excited to get as many challenges as I possibly can and to look for the stories out there that are really turning things on their head.
What do you guys do to prepare for where you're going to market your books at independently, or do you just say, this is my book, I'm going to do what I want?
Sometimes you can't really scientifically say what's funny and what's not. People try all the time. And every single one of us has a different type of humor.
Who is someone and how has that person helped you to cultivate your career and help you level up, throughout the past several years that you've been doing this?
The advice I give to someone who wants to get into LitRPG as a writer or as a narrator is going to be pretty similar. Read a lot of it, listen to a lot of it, and more than anything else, talk to the people who are doing it, because there's probably not a more open community that's welcoming to helping out people who are joining them.
This year I've heard nothing but good things from the audience and from the creators about our panels and about how fun they've been. So I think next year, as long as we follow that same pattern and make sure that we only do panels that are interesting, that are specific, and things that our creators are passionate about talking about, then we can keep that going.
So when I started writing, I write grimdark LitRPG. So Brightblade was my first one, and a lot of people came to me and said, "You're an idiot." Well, just generally, but you can't do dark LitRPG. It doesn't work. Nobody wants to read it. Everybody wants upbeat, more happy, like, oh, it's great, and resurrection and so on. And I thought, no, I don't. I want mindless violence. I want pretty brutal stuff. But that's because I'm a bit insane. I did try writing something after reading Dakota Kraut's Dungeon ones, and I loved how it was quite upbeat. And I was like, right, I'm going to start writing that. And that ended up as Age of Stone. So if any of you, yeah. It really didn't work out. It did work out very dark, though.
But you got to have somebody you can trust, you got to have some good materials, and you got to know what you're all about, and then do that. And I think that we're seeing an explosion of LitRPG because people are doing that, and as long as we can stay on that side of the awesome and not worry so much, it's going to still maybe keep this family vibe as we continue to expand and grow. And again, that's the person who didn't know what LitRPG is, so you should just really make sure that you find them.
I have so many arguments with my editor, and she always wins.
So when we congregate we kind of just put aside all the egos. We kind of just put aside all the egos and we're like, dude, I just love this genre. You love this genre. I write it, you read it. Let's play My Little Pony 40K Warhammer RPG together and just roll some dice. And it's just fun.
So what kind of things do you think about when you're trying to like keep that tension level enough that the reader wants to keep going, but not too much?
Did you notice something that was especially difficult or something that you worried about specifically when approaching writing a character or writing a female main character in our genre?
But I find that readers tend to judge female characters in this genre a little more harshly than they judge the males. So if you get the girl to do the same thing a guy would, the girl's a bitch and the guy's doing great. So you have to really think about that when you're writing. And
well, that's not like real life at all.
The damsel in distress. How do you avoid it? Do you avoid it? Do you lean into it?
But I tried to write a female main character that felt organic, like the beautiful women that I know, and that results in 1 star. So if they show anger at the wrong time, they're a bitch. And I like snark, like I live for snark, so I've had the side characters come in with just heavy snark, and that's not usually tolerated well. I just learned to ignore that because that's kind of the quiet minority, but...
My highlight of the event is getting to see what my favorite authors and narrators, their perspective on creating the content that I really like to enjoy.
What we're going to do is, you have now just made 1,199 friends.
These are our people. Don't you want to be here?
There's enough space for everybody in this community, and that is the vibe that I always feel in each step of my path, and I love that.
Getting to hear the inspiring tales of authors who started out just writing web serials and now have best-selling novels and publishing book deals.
Meeting somebody, who comes to a convention with all these big names, all these exciting people, and says, "You are the author I wanted to see the most." I was touched.
So Operation Death Kill.
How about apple turnovers, but instead of apples, we fill the turnovers with denied PTO requests.
That's it, that's the stuff. Oh, that is pure uncut villainy, my little demonic hemorrhoid. I'll tell you, if I weren't already sterile from that goblin fire orgy, I'd name my next kid after you. Oh, were he alive, Supreme Overlord Bezos would be proud.
You get an amalgamation of some of the most absolutely phenomenally talented, popular, and new. It's the first time. So this is the first time like all of these people have been in one place for the express purpose of presenting this genre to all the fans, and it is a fan-oriented convention.
All right now, mate, let's have a friendly and clean...
Pikachu! Use Thunderbolt!
Pikachu! Pikachu flashed with yellow arcs of electricity and shocked the krill out of Silas, sending him tumbling back near the white line on the pavement.
Oh, bloody shell!
Well, I know exactly how this is gonna go.
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! Iron Tail!
Pikachu! The shoulder mount darted forward, his tail glowing red hot like molten steel, and he hammered Silas with his iron tail, knocking him to the edge of the ring.
Order him to attack,
Oh,
maybe?
yeah, Silas, do something, literally anything. Attack!
Okay.
Silas shook off his hit and crawled back into the ring.
Use Electric Kick!
Pikachu darted forward and leapt at Silas with his foot extended, crackling with electricity.
The goal for LitRPG Con really is just to give back to the fans and to give them, more access to the creators that they've been listening to, reading for all these years.
We can play together. We can write together.
When you've bought my books, you have put food on my kids' table. You've kept a roof over their heads. So I was raised that if somebody is nice to you, you should be nice to them. And I can't sleep with you all, but I'm married. What I can do though is I can spend some time with you, I can have a beer, I can get to know you and just have a bit of a chat. And I would like to. I feel very honored that people are buying my books and also that you're clearly mentally unstable.
For so many years, as the genre's been starting to bubble and appear in groups at different conventions, it has been tough to really see with your own eyes what is happening with the genre and how big it's getting and how excited everyone's getting. And this is the perfect place to come and see that in action and see all of those people and meet those people and see these experiences and just celebrate what's happening with the genre that we all love.
The reason I got into it was because I wasn't able to find any of the stories I wanted to read, so I thought I'd have to read them, make them myself. One of the key things was I read Ready Player One and was disappointed at all the potential that it had and wanted to have a go at it myself.
The thing that made me want to be a narrator was being able to pay my bills and being able to do art creatively and working with people. I get to narrate right across from some of the best voices in the business.
I was a gamer for all my life and now I get to write the stories behind it. It's great.
What inspired me to get into this genre? Well, I figured nerds like to read, right? So I could write books that nerds read. It's easy.
The first LitRPG that was called a LitRPG that I read was The Way of the Shaman. And I just randomly borrowed it with my library app and I started reading it, and I didn't even know it was I didn't know what the term was at the time, but I was like, this is awesome. You can write books like this, and I started writing a book called Dominion of Blades, which I will finish. While I was reading it, and even then while I was writing it, I didn't know that was a term, Dominion of Blades, and then I found Alron's community, and then I fell in love.
How much XP do I think I earned? Okay, so because it is LitRPG, this is all about role-playing. This is about video games. And what do? You level up through experience. And so XP is experience points. And honestly, I've probably gained at least 10 levels. I know my liver has gained a couple spots in Constitution. And some people might say my charisma's gone up by at least a point. So it's been great.
I've earned so much XP coming to this and working on the variety show. I've leveled up a lot.
Big Tina, how much XP have you earned by coming to this con?
I've gone up 3 levels.
How much XP have I earned? I've leveled up twice already, and it's just the beginning. So, yeah, if you're gonna come level grind with us. Come level grind with us.
How much XP do I think I've earned by coming to this con? Well, clearly I've maxed it out. We just came at the drop of a hat.
Because if this was year 1, I cannot possibly imagine how amazing year 2 is gonna be. The response is over the top, absolutely incredible. And with this level of engagement for a first-year con, where I imagine there are a lot of people that were still on the fence, seeing how amazing it's been, my expectations are through the roof for next year.
So in closing, I'm so proud of this. I'm so just welling up with shock and awe at just how successful this was. And it's all thanks to you guys for being the best fans ever. You create such a welcoming community, and us creators, we feed off of that. This is all about having a good time, and you really did have a good time. So did I.